So the winner for the 60K drop competition has the following motivation. For blending styles into a creative and energetic drop that hits hard and makes you smile. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 60K drop competition, Anas Samir.
Yo, what's up guys, I'm back with another video. But first, thank you so much for all the love and wishes and comments about winning the competition. You guys are amazing. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests for a walkthrough of the track, and of course I'll do it because I love you. I love helping you guys. Alright, let's jump right into it. Here's how I made this track step by step. So step number 1, set the BPM to 174 because Fast and Furious, Crazy Delirious. Let's start with the intro. For this, I use an emotional chord progression. Here's the quick tip. Try adding 2 notes above your bass notes, especially in major chords. Sometimes it works like magic, sometimes it's a disaster. I don't know music theory, but hey, it's been working for me lately. To fill the space, I just added some ambient layers because we are all about vibes here. The verse is pretty much same as the intro, but I got lazy and used the guitar ambience from stems. Don't judge me. I also threw in some drums to add mass into velocity. Momentum. Now comes the break, or as I like to call it, the calm before the storm. For the transition to the break, I added sweeps and hit impacts. Here I switched up the chord progression. Added more layers. And remove the drums to keep it smooth. Then I added a top melody for that emotional touch. Then I added Reese bass. To transition to the build-up, I use sweeps and impact hits, basic but effective. The build-up. This is where we crank up the tension. I added sustained melodies, bass, and chords, along with build-up drums, risers, and downlifters. The drop lead comes in with a low pass filter and a ton of reverb for that epic pre-drop feel. Now for the part you have been waiting for, the drop. For the drums, I started with a puncher kick and laid my snare in 3 parts: highs, mids, and character. Then to spice it up, I added bunch of top loops, downlifters and crashes. For processing, I added EQ on the snares, top loops to cut the unnecessary lows. And then all the drums are linked to a bus where I added a clipper to cut the peaks. And here's a trick I tried from inverse audio. Sidechaining your entire drum bus to a different channel where you add distortion and saturation and control the mix level by the volume knob. So drums without processing sounds like this. With effect it sounds like this. And also for sidechain I'm using Fruity Balance. I have a separate sidechain for leads and bass and chords. Alright, let's dive in the synth parts. Leads. Drop has two sections, A and B. For section A, the lead sounds like this. The lead consists of just 3 layers. Leads without processing sounds like this. It sounds meh, but with post-processing, it comes alive. So for processing, I added bass goodizer, then saturation, reverb, then OTT, again EQ to shape the sound, then decapitator for distortion, then EQs to shape the sound. Then the lead is routed to this channel where I added Fruity Filter for automation, then I'm not using M Vibrato, M Tremolo, then Suit 2, then Fruity Balance for sidechain, and the clipper, which is doing nothing. Then I added reverb automations to fill the space between the melodies and it sounds like this. Now for section B, the lead sounds like this. It's a very simple sound, just a saw wave and a 4088 table with some FM and peak modulation. Then this is the second layer for width. This is the same layer, I just changed the wave tables. Leads without effect sounds like this. For processing, I added EQ to shape the sound, colorizer to add distortion, OTT, then saturation, then again EQ to shape the sound, Valhalla Room for reverb automation, then EQs to adjust the sound, and Stereo effects for automation. Now in the second part of the drop, I changed the melody. Now the bass, it is the same patch I used in this video. So we have this color bass. I added vocodecs and bunch of OTTs, saturation and EQ. Then it's routed to the mid bass channel, mid bass. Layers. For processing, OTT, camel cushion for distortion, EQ to shape the sound, then again distortion through decapitator, then EQ to shape the sound. And a clean powerful sub bass. And for processing, just EQ to cut the highs. And then all of them are routed to a single channel where I have added a clipper and a Fruity Balance for automation. And for the B part, I just added sub bass. So all together, it sounds like this. And then for transition to the second part of the drop, I added this Reese bass. And I wanted to make it nasty, gritty, so I added distortion through bass goodizer, then EQs to shape the sound, then a clipper to cut the peaks. So that's all the basses I have in this track. And then the chords. I layered the chords with the color bass vibe. Layers. Without effect, it sounds like this. Process with vocodecs, OTTs and distortion, and then it's routed to the normal chord channel. I recommend you to watch this video if you want to go deeper with these sounds processing and vocodec settings. The normal chord. Layers. For processing, I added OTT, EQ to shape the sound, then decapitator for a little bit of distortion, then again EQ to cut the low end frequencies, and a clipper to cut the peaks. Then for the B section, I also added this layer. And to add more color texture, I added this ARP. For the effects, I added vocodecs, then some OTTs, saturation, distortion, then EQ to shape the sound, and a Suit 2. So the chords without ARP sounds like this. With ARP, it sounds like this. Now the bass tabs. So this is the main layer. This is from my upcoming sample pack. Then I layered it with some synth shots. And then I added few ear candies elements like this.
I guess time will tell one day.
Then for the main vocal processing, I added EQ to boost some high frequencies, then added Lufticus, which is a free plugin, boosted the highs, and a Fruity Balance to automate the volume of the vocals in the build-up. And for the build-up automation, I have a stereo automation and a volume automation. So the portion after the drop, like the bridge, I guess, everything is pretty much same, just added this new melody. Layers. So without effect, it sounds like this. For processing, I added delay, reverb, then again EQ to shape the sound, Fruity filter for automation, then a stereo shaper to make it wide, and also some top loops to keep the momentum. Then for the second verse, everything is exactly the same, just added this new ARP melody and drums. The second break is similar to the intro, but I added a new melody. For the second build-up, I introduced a new melody. So I decided to experiment with the tempo, like why not? But I don't know, switching tempo is actually so hard. It's not perfectly done, but I somehow managed to make it work. As you can see, I created multiple tempo automations and chopped them up to make the transition smoother. If you know a better way to handle tempo changes, please let me know in the comments. For the second drop, I changed the melody, bass line and chord progression, because why not? Experimentation! Then again in the second part I changed the melody for variation. And then we get back to the first drop. So yeah, it's just a simple track by the way, and that's pretty much it. And for mastering, just Ozone 9 for reference EQ. I use So High as the reference track and then Pro L2 to boost the volume of the track. I hope you learned something new or got inspired to create your next banger. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, drop a comment, it helps the channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Let's check out the fun result, even though you have already heard it, but hey, watch time matters. Thanks for watching.
Had you here, now you're gone. Thought I'd never be here on my own. Another day in another life. I had my chance, got lost somehow. Did you ever think we'd turn around? I hope you can hear me now.
This track was me, honestly.
Made another one of those mistakes, but I'll do whatever that it takes. I don't see that there's another way. I hope I get to see you here someday, 'cause I'll be here no matter what they say. Do you think I'll be okay here if I stay? I guess I will tell one day.
This track was made by honestly.
My chance, got lost somehow. Did you ever think we'd turn around? I hope you can hear me now.
This track was made by honestly.
Made another one of those mistakes, but I'll do whatever that it takes. I don't see that there's another way. I hope I get to see you here someday.